What's up, folks? It's Dan here, and welcome to the third and final installment of our How to Kick Higher series. Now, our first episode was dynamic stretching. The second episode was static stretching. This third episode is specific exercises that can help you with kicking higher. Now, as with the previous two, this is not going to be a specific routine you should be doing necessarily, rather a collection of exercises that I think help with kicking higher that you might want to incorporate into your current workout routine. Some of them you might already be doing, some of them you might not be doing yet. So first off is the squat. Now obviously if you're not squatting, you're really not interested in kicking higher or harder, because the squat is seriously the single best exercise that you can do to gain strength in your legs. Now I'm not going to go into the specifics of regular squats. There's more than a billion tutorials for how to do a back squat, a front squat, body weight squat on the internet. Instead, I'm going to talk about a couple of variations that you might not be familiar with, that you might want to try to assist with getting your kicks higher and also making them stronger, which is kind of the same thing. So we're going to start off with what are called split squats. Now, a split squat, what you're going to do is you're going to put your leg up on something behind you. Some people like to use like a TRX strap, something flexible that can swing, but you can use just a bench or a chair as well. Now what you want to do is you want to square up your feet, and I'm going to show from the front and side, don't worry, but you want to square up your feet and put your foot behind you. And what you're going to do is you're going to have to kick your foot out until you're a little bit forward. You can see I'm on this angle here like this. And you're going to squat down on one leg, and you're going to go to at least 90 degrees, and then come back up again. Now a lot of people like to put their hands in the hips. I'm looking down to make sure that I'm illustrating the points to you, but what you should be doing while you're doing these is you should be upright, squatting down, and coming back up again. While you're doing these, you might even actually feel a little bit of a stretch in your quad. Alright, I'll do it with the other leg as well so you can see. Again, you want to put your feet behind you on a chair, strap, something, a bench, you know, whatever. Just because it's something you can center your foot up on. And then you're going to squat down and back up again. Now, that's the unweighted version. You can do this with weights as well. Once they start to get easier, you might want to. I personally like to use dumbbells because I find they distribute the weight a little better, and I can focus more on my balance versus if I have a barbell on my back. Alright? So, again, put your foot behind you, hold your weights in your hands, stay upright, squat down, and back up again. We'll give you the front view as well. Alright, all you're going to do, put your foot behind you, you're going to squat down, and back up again. And I like the split squats specifically because it's very similar to a kicking motion, alright? If you're going to be looking at a kick, like if you look at a split squat turned sideways, it's almost a kick, right? You're going to have your back leg straightened out a little bit, you're going to have your foot up like this. This is a split squat, just imagine the floor being here. The motion is very mechanically similar to that of kicking with one leg. It's going to work your balance and your stability as well, which is important because if you're focused on maintaining balance while you're trying to kick, you're not going to kick very high. You're too busy focusing your neuromuscular control systems on the plant leg as much as you are on the kicking leg. So split squats are great for that. I would not recommend substituting split squats in instead of back squats. If you have a weight set and you can do back squats, do those instead. If all you've got is like dumbbells, then maybe think about doing split squats as your, basic formative leg exercise. But back squats should always be your go-to, your staple leg exercise if you have the facilities for it. But they're a great supplementary exercise for that, and I like them better than lunges, in fact. Not that lunges work the same exact muscle groups, but they're similar in format and style, but you can do both as well. But split squats are great for building leg strength for both kicking high and kicking hard. Next exercise that we want to do is jumping lunges. Now, split squats, which we just showed, are good for building overall strength. Jumping lunges are good for building plyometric strength specifically for kicking. You can do jumping squats or tuck jumps as well, but personally, I really like jumping lunges because, again, if you invert it, if you turn up like this, that's basically the position you're going to be in when you're kicking, right? So you're, again, working the exact same muscles, and you're using the floor as your resistance. And all you're going to do is you're going to jump in, all right? See how my toe is raised off the ground, my knee is down low, this is 90 degrees, my knees are not past my toes, and you jump into the other leg, back and forth, like that. Simple enough exercise, good plyometric work, great for working your stability, and again, works basically the exact same muscle groups. Now, I would advise against doing these with weight. Generally speaking, you don't want to do any plyometric exercise with weight for the most part. However, you can work the strength more by trying to get higher on your jumping lunges or by going faster on your jumping lunges. So another great exercise that a lot of people don't do that I think works very well for kicking harder and kicking higher. The final leg exercise we're going to be doing, but not the final exercise we're going to be doing, is just simple leg raises. All that you're going to do for these is just raise your leg up off the ground, put it back down again. Raise your leg off the ground and put it back down again. You can do it to the side as well, out and down. The key here is this is similar to our dynamic stretches, but we want to have control, all right? The idea is you want to be able to raise it as slowly as you can and back down again, and go as high as you can and back down again and still maintain control. Now here's the funny thing. As you can see, as far as controlled raise goes, that's about as high as I can go, all right? But I can still kick up head height. It's just a question of the engagement of the muscles, all right? So this is going to help with that engagement. This will help with neuromuscular recruitment. You're never going to be able to raise your leg in a controlled manner as high as you can raise it when you're kicking. But by working those muscles, you're going to increase the neuromuscular recruitment of the muscles that are going to be the very ones that are raising your leg up in the air in an explosive motion for a kick. All right? So these are great. They're also good for, like, you know, during rests between sets or something, because they don't really tax you that much. It's just the idea of increasing that neuromuscular control, as well as your balance in your plant leg, because again, as we talked before, balance is a key component to kicking high. If you can't balance well, you're going to lose height on your kicks, because again, you're focused too much on your plant leg. So leg raises, final exercise for the legs that we're going to cover, they're great to work in with any workout. Now, as I said, that was our last leg exercise, but not our last exercise overall. We've got one more muscle group that we got to hit to help us get our kicks up higher, and it's one that I feel that people kind of overlook sometimes, and that is your core. All right, you gotta have strong obliques and strong abdominals and a strong lower back in order to promote high kicks and strong kicks, because this is what's going to stabilize the rest of your body. This is going to help pull your pelvis and your hips up to help engage on those high kicks. All right. So the first one that we're going to do is going to be a hanging knee raise. This is your first progression. And all you're going to do, you're going to hang from your pull-up bar, and you're just going to pull your knees up and back down again. That's it, nice and simple. Up and down. And that's what you're going to do when you're first starting out. If you're not able to do a straight leg raise or toes to bar, which is what we're going to progress to next, the next progression is going to be the hanging leg raise, which is very similar to the bent knee raise. However, this time, what I'm going to do is going to keep my legs straight and raise them out in front of me, like that. Very similar to the leg raises that we were doing downstairs. However, you're not relying on your leg strength this time so much as your abdominal strength. Your legs are keeping your leg muscles are keeping your legs rigid, but your abs are the ones that are going to be raising your legs up and down. Finally, after the leg raise, if you got that, what we're going to move on to next is toes to bar, which is where you hang and you lift your legs all the way up to the bar and back down again. All the way up and back down again. Once again, control is the name of the game. The slower that you can do it, the more control you've got, the more you'll be engaging those muscles, and the more you'll be building that neuromuscular connection. So go for controlled, slow motion rather than explosive speed on these, because don't worry, the speed will come on its own. So that's it. Just a couple exercises you might want to throw into your routine, whatever your program is right now. Obviously, as I mentioned, you should already be doing squats, but those are some other exercises to throw in there to help you kick higher and also stronger. So I hope you enjoyed this series. If you'd like to see more how-to martial arts related series that are not focused on like game characters, please let me know in the comments below specifically what you'd like to see more of, you know, whatever it might be, and I will do my best to accommodate. So thank you for watching. As always, remember to live boldly, change the world, and continue to be awesome. Bye-bye.